All right, welcome to our very first case study. What I'm going to do in this series is we're going to go through some of the jobs that come up on Upwork, right? For marketing automation, uh, good old API integrations, right? And some of the AI stuff. And we're going to dive deep into these case studies just to get an idea how we can approach the problem. And all right, let's start with the first one, right? Now, this is a job for HubSpot marketing hub consultant and trainer that they're looking for. Very cool, very cool. They're seeking an experienced HubSpot marketing hub professional to help them on board into the tool. Perfect. And do some training and the regular stuff. Okay, let's see what they need. Uh, HubSpot functionalities, best practices, strategies for marketing automation. Cool. Then setting up Zoom webinar. Perfect. They need someone to help them with the Zoom webinars, integrating the campaigns between Salesforce and HubSpot. Okay, right up our alley. And it's going to be a very interesting case study to sort of like take a stab at, right? Uh, they're looking for someone who can help set up the webinar, evaluate the integrations. Okay, make recommendations, provide hands-on office hours, hands-on training during office hours. Okay, that makes sense. Gotcha. All right. So cool. Now, how do you approach this? Right? Like, what's the first step? And I think this is the first step, just to get an idea of what that's going to look like. Right? The job. You have three tools basically: Zoom, HubSpot, Salesforce. You need to connect them all, and which is good, right? But let's look at the. Oops, sorry about that. This is Salesforce. All right, so you have these three tools, and I guess in HubSpot, the good thing is you can set up the Zoom integration natively and the Salesforce integration as well, right? So my approach would be to first set up the Zoom integration because they have a native connect available. I'm pretty sure. Yep, you need to take care of certain things like Zoom integration does not support Zoom events or webinars created as part of Zoom events. That's something that's a limitation. But there's a way around it. We can do it through third party tools like Zapier or Make. But nonetheless, there are some really good tips for starting out with the integration, which is great. But how do you? Uh, okay, so let's say you're hosting a webinar, right? Through Zoom, you set up the webinar, and you can using workflows in HubSpot, you can send the link to the webinar to the right list, right, um, to your audience. And you can create the list basis certain parameters that would be a business logic, correct? Now that link goes out, people sign up, they click on the link, you can capture the data, you can again do a lot of things with the data, create a new list of people who actually clicked on the link or signed up. You're capturing all that data for signups too. Now people attended the webinar, right? There's a segment that actually went through the hassle uh, of doing all these processes and attending the webinar. Then they attend the webinar. You can also capture the data of people who attended the webinar, their email ID, first name, last name. These are the three things that you can capture very well. Then that basically gives you a marketing qualified lead, right? I believe these guys, if they're using Salesforce, so they must be using Salesforce for sales campaigns and sales follow-ups, probably emails, right, for the sales reps. Interesting. So you can pass off the marketing qualified leads. You can do lead scoring within Sales HubSpot. Uh, if someone let's attends the webinar, right, or signs up for the webinar, then they're probably like a warm lead in industry terminology, and you can send that data through workflows within HubSpot back into Salesforce. You can push it back, and in Salesforce you can have your flows set up. similar automations, right? Where anyone who has come from a webinar, they are enrolled in a campaign within Salesforce, right? And the email goes out, it's a drip campaign, whatever that is. And you can also immediately enroll the information, right, from the webinars into a list, like a lookalike audience list, automated list in a table or Google Sheets, wherever, that you can push into Meta or your Google Ads, right? That can be automated to a certain extent. Might need some manual upload at the end, but I think that's also a good use case, because these would be a lookalike audience if you're running ads. That is, I mean, I don't know if these guys are running ads, but something to keep in mind. Okay, now what else can you do with this? Um, Current, you can even get the Salesforce data too, right? So in Salesforce, if you're running campaigns, you can sync all your objects from Salesforce back into HubSpot, right? And it can be a two-way sync. We can set that up. Now, if you're getting campaign data, uh, what would you do with that data, right? This- we are thinking through. Uh, you can do lead scoring too. You can create segments. You can run more campaigns through HubSpot. Bring them, try to sign up, get people to sign up, right, on your landing pages in HubSpot. And you can even create forms in HubSpot, right? Let's say if you have some campaigns running in Salesforce, we can possibly get them to land on the HubSpot landing pages. And we can even create an attribution model, um, where we can capture where that lead came from, or where that person came from. Was it through a webinar? Uh, that's your first touch attrition, which we can track in HubSpot. And this is pretty much it. I mean, this is probably like a overall, I would say 30 hour setup that someone can do who is well versed in Salesforce, HubSpot, and API integrations, and enjoys um, running marketing campaigns, seeing what works, what sticks, right, and collecting all that data, because marketing is data. That's something I always keep saying. Guys, I don't know if you're learning about marketing, these tools, or just marketing automation in general, but data is your best friend. Always capture the data. Whatever you're doing, whatever the effort that you're putting in, capture the data, work with that data. And I think that's about it. There can be certain improvements, but depends how the workflow is. We don't know exactly what the workflow is. But this was it for now. Case study one. Pretty cool job. Whoever gets it, go for it. I think enough for doing this. All right. Take care. Thanks. Bye.